Hi everyone, my name is Lilia Foster. So I just want to say that I wish I had an unbiased opinion, an unlucrative feedback, and a newer approach as I was getting ready to fight my breast cancer journey. Well, after 9 months and reading several books, not only breast cancer but cancer itself, I'm reading other scientific articles. Um, I just want to share what I consider 5 most essential points that it will help you not only to be happier, but to stay physically and more importantly, mentally stronger as you navigate and fight your breast cancer journey. But first, I want to give you a quick detail about my personal cancer diagnosis, and then we'll dive into the 5 points. So, let's do it.
I was diagnosed with advanced breast cancer, in situ carcinoma, PR positive, and HER2 negative. 3 masses on my left breast, all measuring about ½ inch, and 7 lymph nodes involved under the left axillary, the largest measuring about 2 inches. The recovery plan from the first surgical oncologist was to perform a mastectomy, then chemotherapy treatment, followed by radiation. Well, apart from being shocked by all the news, I thought to myself, are you kidding me? I am in the US, the country with cutting-edge technology pretty much everywhere in our surroundings. You must be out of your mind if you think I will believe nor agree on your recovery path. And of course, fear, frustration, uncertainty, anger, and all those not welcoming feelings were present. So it took me time to digest the circumstances, as well as the progression of the cancer. And yes, you have those friends who will ask you to get a second and even a third opinion. From my personal experience, unless you are not on stage 4 or metastasize, you still have time to look for other opinions. I search for the best specialized breast cancer surgeons everywhere. I even reach out to a really advanced one in the Beverly Hills area, where he practices cryotherapy, which entails to insert a thin needle on the cancer area to kill the cells, utilizing extreme cold. And of course, this is a newer technique to kill cancer. Sadly, however, on the East Coast, if you mention it to some surgeons, they'll say it is not applied nor approved. So this is how late they are to the game. So, point number 1. Get an integrative primary doctor. It is vital that you get a doctor that is not only good, but more importantly, that he or she genuinely cares for you, and not only about your physical health, but as well as your mental, emotionally one. And of course, that your doctor uses an integrative approach to treat your health matters. For example, in my case, I had my first appointment with my doctor. He tested me for several cancer markers: adrenal profile, cholesterol, natural killer cells, part of your immune system, and of course, vitamin levels. As it turns out, my vitamin D was below the low level. And as we know, it plays a key role in our whole system. Additionally, current research shows that women with breast cancer have typically low vitamin D levels. So your doctor will indicate the right amount to pump your levels up in the right direction. So, to wrap up point number 1, cancer is a way of your body screaming at you for help, and you will find out on your testing results what systems of your body are in huge need of help. So in my case, my immune system was really weak too. My natural killer cells were right at the lowest level. And yeah, this is why it let the cancers grew. Of course, my doctor recommended supplements, and from my side, I as well researched additional ones with higher efficacy. And I was able to get my vitamin levels above the 50% range in about a month and a half of supplementing. So point number 2, reach out to family and friends. Yep, 2020 for me has been a year with greater challenges. For example, for me all my family is out of the country, and with COVID, making it almost impossible to have their physical support. However, I've been on video chats, and I even had my priest offering a mass, obviously through social media. Of course, it was not easy to pick up the phone and tell them, hey, I have cancer. But once I did it, people that really love you will show you and go out of their way to make sure you feel love, and more importantly, to remind you who you are. And this is just a ditch on the road, and there is so much greatness to come. We just need to get you mentally and physically stronger to come out victorious. FYI, it has been great not to tell to all my friends too, because you will not be bugged with questions about progression and so forth. But instead, they will be having their regular conversations and throwing funny jokes. And laughing is the best medicine. Point number 3, be committed and take 100% responsibility of your mental, emotional health. It is as equally important, if not greater, to assure that you maintain your mental health as strong as possible. Trust me, it takes quite the energy, courage, guts, and mostly hope to believe that you will come out victorious at the end of this journey. And you know what? It is all on you to tell yourself that it is possible, and that you are 100% capable, and that you have what it takes to kick cancer out of your life. Sharing my personal practices that have helped me immensely to gain my tranquility, happiness, and hope back. Practice being grateful every morning, and if possibly at night. You will be highly surprised of the effects of practicing gratitude. You can start only with 3 major things. For example, that you are alive, that you have food on your table, and that you have people that love you. Point number 2, write on your journal. It is great to write on your secret book your true emotions. And perhaps you will experience some sadness and or anger, which is a part of the process of overcoming and accepting a really difficult situation. But the key is not letting those emotions to stay in your life for long, so the positive ones can arrive pretty soon. Last point, try acupuncture. Find your closest acupuncture clinic. In my case, I was doing 2 sessions per week to help my nerve system to gain tranquility back so I can have peaceful night sleeps. In some clinics, they even recommend natural herbal teas to make the therapy more integrative. Point number 4. Adopt an outdoor hobby. It does not need to be something fancy. It can be as simple as starting an album of your local flowers, birds, local animals, painting, writing a book that piques your interest, hiking, backpacking. No bragging, but I actually hike one of the oldest and challenging mountains on the East Coast, Grandfather Mountain. It is breathtaking to be at the top. Remember that cancer does not like oxygen, so get out there and take all the fresh air. And I as well recommend to keep track of your movement. It is exciting to see all those badges from Fitbit. Additionally, a new hobby will take your mind off the current situation, so you can fancy some relief when you go to bed and think about the adventures awaiting on you. I promise, it really works and it's really fun. And finally, point number 5. Eat as healthy and fresh as possible. Now it is the time. I used to have my own doses of hard alcohol intake as the weekend arrived, as well as the fine wine and cheese parties. Well, as I mentioned on point 1, my immune system was really low on those great warriors, natural killer cells. And many studies have shown that dairy, cheeses, processed meats, trans fats, sugar, and alcohol cause inflammation on the system, thus affecting the production of such as cells. I highly recommend you to put them aside for some time and find creative ways to eat. Apart from the crunchy, colorful vegetables, I highly recommend you lots of nuts and foods high on omega-3. As for some reason, women tend to have lower good cholesterol, HDL, which I happen to have it too. Well, after pounding on nuts, cold-pressed organic oils, fresh coconut non-sugar desserts, I was able to increase by 15% within a month of eating these healthy nuts. So my HDL levels were at a better spot. Last tip. If you happen to be doing chemo, don't forget to add 2 to 3 ounces of collagen to your food regimen, since skin elasticity and joints get hugely compromised. To wrap up, I am committed to cure my body and my mind on my own terms. And yes, it is quite challenging. And more importantly, for me is if I don't need to take 15 pills or utilize a drug that is not doing any effect on my cancer, why poison my body? Just to please the oncologist? No way. I am not a doctor, but I love being involved and well informed in all the medications to be used in my body. So, love yourself more than ever before. Believe in miracles. They do exist. And what doesn't kill you make you stronger. That is a fact.